At the height of his fame, Henry stands in front of thousands of cheering fans, yet his heart aches with a silence no crowd can fill. The memory of Clara, the girl he left behind, returns like a haunting melody, pulling him back to the small town he once abandoned. When their eyes finally meet after years apart, the weight of regret and the question of forgiveness hang heavy in the air. In that fragile moment, Henry must face whether love lost can ever be found again. The answer will break hearts, or heal them. The night Henry left town, the sky was heavy with stars, and the sound of a lonely train whistle echoed through the hills. Clara stood by the wooden fence near her father's barn, her hands gripping the rails so tight her knuckles turned white. She watched Henry walk down the dirt road with a guitar strapped to his back. He didn't look back, not even once. Clara wanted to call out, but her voice caught in her throat. All she could whisper was, "Please don't forget me, Henry." But the wind carried her words away. Henry kept walking fast, his boots raising dust on the road. He told himself he wasn't running from Clara. He was running toward his dream. Big cities, big stages, big lights. He thought love could wait, that Clara's heart would always be there when he was ready. But the truth was, with every step away from that fence, he was breaking the only real promise he had ever made. In the city, Henry found what he was chasing. Crowds clapped, cameras flashed, and his songs played on every radio station. He wore shiny suits and drove cars that roared louder than thunder. But when the noise stopped, his apartment felt colder than winter. Friends who cheered him at parties vanished when the lights went out. And late at night, when the city grew quiet, Clara's face came back. Her smile, her soft laugh, the way she believed in him when no one else did. Henry shook the memory away. Fame first, love later, he told himself. But deep inside, a small voice whispered, "You left the only person who knew the real you." So he played louder, sang harder, and surrounded himself with strangers. Yet no matter how loud the music was, it never drowned the emptiness. Years rolled by like tumbleweeds on an empty road. Henry had money, he had fame, but his heart was restless. The cheers didn't warm him anymore. His songs sounded hollow even to himself. One night, after a grand concert, he looked into the mirror in his dressing room. The man staring back was not the boy who once sang under the summer stars with Clara by his side. His smile was painted on, his eyes looked tired. For the first time in years, Henry asked himself, "What did I trade her for?" The answer cut him deep. He had traded Clara's love for a world that loved only his shadow. That night, sleep never came. Her face haunted him, and he finally knew the truth. All the lights in the world could not brighten the dark place he had created inside himself. The next morning, Henry bought a train ticket back to his hometown. As the train rolled past fields and rivers, memories came back. Clara's laughter at the county fair, her hand in his under the fireworks, her soft voice cheering him on. His chest ached with regret. When he stepped off the train, the town looked smaller, quieter, but it still smelled of hay and summer dust. Henry asked about Clara and people said, "She never left. She teaches music to children now." His throat tightened. He followed the sound of piano keys from an old church hall. There she was, older now, but her smile still warm, still kind. Children gathered around her, singing a song he once wrote long ago. When their eyes met, time froze. The children's voices faded, leaving only silence between them. Henry stepped closer, his heart pounding. "Clara?" His voice cracked. She stood still, her hands trembling. "Why now, Henry? Why after all these years?" Her eyes were calm, but behind them was the pain of a love broken long ago. Henry's knees buckled as he whispered, "I was blind. I thought fame was real. But it was empty. You were the only real thing in my life." Tears rolled down his face. Clara looked at him for a long time. Memories filled her, warm summer nights, broken promises, lonely years. She finally said, "Henry, I loved you once. I gave you all I had. But love is not a coat you can throw away and put back on when it's cold." Her voice was steady, her heart heavy. Henry reached for her hand, but she pulled it back. Some things Henry once lost can never be found again. Then she turned, walking away into the golden light of evening, leaving Henry standing in the quiet hall, hearing the echoes of a love he could never hold again.